go. You never take a minute off, too busy making dough. Someday you'll say you'll have your fun when you're a millionaire. Imagine all the fun you'll have in your old rocking chair. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. You're gonna take that ocean trip no matter come what may. You've got your reservations, but you just can't get away. Next year for sure, you'll really see the world. How far can you travel when you're 6 feet underground? Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. And then everyone knows when you live in a campground close to your neighbors like this, there are times when everybody knows what you're doing. Well, behind the stage, we have a woman who says she knows it all. She knows the answers to the questions before they're even asked. So now let's welcome Madame Doris and her assistant, Patrice.
I have here questions from the audience. Excuse me. Thank you, assistant. I have here questions from the audience, and I do not know what the questions are. They are hermetically sealed in these envelopes. And with the help of Patrice, I'm going to conjure up the questions or the answers. Sorry about that. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Woo. Crystal ball. Tell it all. Crystal ball. A pink carnation.
What would you have if everyone drove a pink car?
A pink carnation. Number 2, tell me true. Eyedropper.
What do you call a clumsy ophthalmologist?
An eyedropper. Thank you, Patrice. Number 3. Come to me. Fold it and put it in your pocket.
What is the quickest way to double your money?
Fold it and put it in your pocket.
Mary told me to do that. Mary Plumley Hush.
Behave yourself. Number 4, tell me more. You're gonna what? You're gonna have a what? I know what the question is.
How does a high school senior ask a girl to get married?
You're gonna have a what? Number 5, me survive. Two mothers-in-law. I hope you got the right question.
What is the penalty for a bigamist?
I'm a Timbuktu.
What did one buck named Tim say to another buck named Tim?
I'm a Timbuktu. Number 7.
You moving?
I look to heaven. A stick.
I want to watch this.
And a mess.
What do you call a boomerang that doesn't work?
A stick. Number 8. We're almost done. Down underwear.
What do they call boxer shorts in Australia?
Down underwear. Last one. Damn.
What do they call fish? I'm sorry. What do fish say when they hit a brick wall?
Damn.
Hey John, how you doing? Good, Wes. You? Yeah, good.
Where's Linda? I want her to sit by me.
Okay, this is going to be the story of my pet snake named Petey, but I do need an assistant, so I've asked Madame Doris to stay and help me.
This is the easy part.
Got him. Got him. This is the story of Petey the snake. Now, Petey lives in a pit with his mother, and one day Petey was hissing in the pit when his mother said, "Petey, don't hiss in the pit. If you must hiss, go outside the pit and hiss." Now, Petey was hissing all around when he leaned over and hissed in the pit. Petey's mother heard Petey hissing in the pit and said, "Petey, if you must hiss in the pit, go over to Mrs. Potts' pit and hiss in her pit." So Petey went over to Mrs. Potts to hiss in her pit, but Mrs. Potts wasn't home, so he hissed in her pit anyway. Well, Petey was hissing in Mrs. Potts' pit. Mrs. Potts came home and found Petey hissing in her pit and said, "Petey, if you have to hiss in a pit, go to your own pit and hiss." So Petey went home and said to his mother, "I went over to Mrs. Potts to hiss in her pit, but Mrs. Potts wasn't home, so I hissed in her pit anyway." Well, Mrs. Potts came home and found me hissing in her pit and said, "Petey, if you must hiss in a pit, go down to your own pit and hiss, and don't hiss in my pit." So this made Petey's mother very angry. She said, "Why, that mean old lady, I knew her when she didn't have a pit to hiss in."
We have to practice that a few times.
You know, TV shows have their Judge Judy, Judge Million, Judge Joe, and we have Judge Mauer. Let's look in on her courtroom.
This is case number 9207. This is the case of the Smiths versus the Jones. Mr. King, would you please call your first witness?
I call Mrs. Busybody to the stand. Mrs. Busybody, do you know me?
Why, yes. Do you know me?
Yes.
I've known you since you were a little boy, and frankly, you're just such a big disappointment to me. You lie, you cheat on your wife, you think you're a big shot when you're nothing more than a paper pusher.
Mrs. Busybody, do you know the defense attorney, Mr. Picky?
Oh, yes, I've known Mr. Picky since he was just a youngster. He, too, has been a real big disappointment. He's lazy, bigoted, and he has a drinking problem. He can't build a relationship with anyone. And he has the shoddiest law practice in town. You bet I know Mr. Picky.
Counselors, please approach the bench. If either of you ask her if she knows me, you'll be jailed and you'll be in contempt.
I'm sure we all want to thank Jill and Jan and their Anderson helpers for their hospitality and the delicious food.
That's a 20. That's 20 points.
Oh, okay. 20 points.
Come on, baby, sit.
Earlier this morning, while walking through the park, I noticed Jackie sitting on a bench at the playground. She was just staring into space. Now she's sitting up here on the stage on a bench. Let's see what's going on with her.
Jackie, what's wrong, honey?
Well, I just got married 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's wonderful.
I married a wonderful man.
That's wonderful.
He cooks for me. He cleans for me.
That's fantastic.
Well, we have sex almost every night.
Oh, my God. And why are you crying? It sounds like a wonderful marriage.
I can't remember where I
Everyone knows that he spends a lot of time out of the park. We found out what she's been doing. She's been finishing her education. Last week she graduated with a PhD. Let's congratulate her. You said you got a PhD.
I did!
A post-her did.
You don't give it up.
Next, we find Dale enjoying a Saturday afternoon eating chips and drinking beer, watching the football game. Are you there, Dale? Woo! The doorbell rang. What should he do? There's not enough time to put his clothes on. So here's the next best thing. Turn it around. New on today's market, the dad blanket. You too can get your very own for $19.95. You ladies know that life with a man is like a deck of cards, and I should know I play cards. You need a heart to love him. You need a diamond to marry him. You need a club to beat him. Shaking your head. And you need a spade to bury him. Did you ever wonder why sun lightens your hair and darkens your skin? You know why women can't put on mascara without having their mouth open? They can't do it with their mouth closed. I had some old aunts who used to come up to me at weddings. They'd poke me in the ribs and then they'd cackle and they'd say, "You're next." They stopped that after I started doing the same to them at funerals. I hear you. As Woodland Park continues to grow, look in the yellow pages of the phone book and notice all the beauty shops in town. Now you no longer have to leave the park. Diamond has its very own beauty shop. Let's watch.
Did you hear about the cross-eyed teacher? She had no control over her pupils. My husband broke his leg yesterday. I have to check into that insurance that pays when you're hurt. Oh, what's it called? They have great coverage. You get hurt and it pays. Oh, what is it called? Did you know that Doris fell over 50 feet and didn't even get hurt?
Not even a scratch?
Nope. She was just trying to get to the back of the Cripple Creek bus. Did I tell you I got a new puppy for my husband?
No, you sure are lucky. I wish I could make a trade like that.
Sure wish I could remember the name of that insurance company that pays you when you're sick or hurt. I don't know if you all noticed, but Pat has lost a lot of weight. She's been eating a lot of dehydrated food. John said last week when she stepped out in the rain that she gained 10 pounds.
What you say, girl? I got such a terrible headache. Well, dear, hey, do what it says on the bottle.
Oh, small writing. Oh, it says take 2
and keep away from children. You know, it only takes one drink to make me drunk.
Oh, really?
Really? I just can't remember if it's number 13 or 14.
Carol, I heard you saved Larry from a suicide attempt by pulling him out of the bathtub. I'm sorry to say that he later hung himself and died anyway.
He didn't commit suicide. He's not dead. I just took him over and hung him out to dry.
Well, as I've gotten older, my body's gotten so out of shape. I got ready to go to class the other day, and I twisted, and I pulled, and I turned, and I just took everything I had.
Well, how'd you like the class?
I never got to the class. I was still getting dressed.
I'm leaving. That's the worst job I ever saw.
Dick King says every time he gets up quick, he sees red and green spots.
Has he ever seen the doctor?
Oh no, he just sees those darn red and green spots.
Did you know that Babel's daughter was named after her mother and her father, and she's not at all happy?
Why?
Well, her father wanted a boy, and he wanted her to be named Ferdinand. And her mother wanted a girl, and she wanted to name her Liza. And so now they call her Fertile Liza. I heard Melinda practicing her singing the other night. She held a high C for 3 minutes.
That's nothing. Ray Helton got up to pee last night, and Betty held it for 45 minutes.
Jackie, thanks for the haircut. I think that when I get home, I'm going to look into that insurance. What's it called?
Many of us enjoy shopping for bargains and going to garage sales, some more than others. Here's one lady who doesn't. She says she never gets anything new. Let's watch.
Father has a business strictly second-hand, everything from toothpicks to a baby grand. Stuff in our apartment came from Father's store, even clothes I'm wearing someone's worn before. It's no wonder that I feel abused. I never get a single thing that's new. I'm wearing second-hand, forgot my hats, second-hand clothes. That's why they call me second-hand Rose. Even the piano in the parlor, Papa bought for 5 cents on the dollar. Second-hand curls, I'm wearing second-hand pearls. I never get a single thing that's new. Even Jake the plumber, he's the man I adore, had the nerve to tell me he's been married before. Everyone knows that I'm just second-hand Rose from Second Avenue. I'm wearing second-hand shoes, second-hand hose. All the girls hand me their second-hand bows. Even my pajamas, when I don 'em, have somebody else's initials on 'em. Oh. Second-hand rings, I'm sick of second-hand things. I never get a single thing that's new. Once while strolling through the park, a girl got my goat. She nudged her friend and said, "Oh, look, there's my old fur coat." Everyone knows that I'm just second-hand Rose from Second Avenue. Thank you.
We have 3 men now who have worked together in construction for many years, and they're on the job right now. It's almost lunchtime.
Oh, lunch break. Good time for a break. How about that? Let's get our lunches. What do you say?
Yeah, I got mine.
Here's mine.
That's mine right here.
Ready for a break, aren't you guys?
Peanut butter and jelly again? If it happens one more time, I'm going to jump off this building.
Burrito? Again? If I have to eat one more of these, I'm going to jump off this building. Bologna sandwich? Not again. If that happens again, I'm going to jump off this building. Oh, it's been a long, hot morning. It's time for a break. Let's get our lunches, shall we?
Thank you, John.
All right.
Peanut butter. Yuck, yuck. I'm going to jump off this building.
Burrito? Goodbye, cruel world. Bologna sandwich! Ah!
Since all these families have been together for 10 years, they held their memorial service together.
I wish Taylor told me he was tired of peanut butter and jelly. I would have made him a ham or tuna.
Oh, I had no idea that John was tired of burritos. If I'd known that, I'd have made him a taco or an enchilada.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Nick fixes his own sandwiches.
We're going to take time for another thank you now. We need to thank Melinda, who gets this all together with the imagination. Gathers up all the props, and then she puts up with all of us, trying to keep us all straight. And we need to thank Barbara Bell for making sure that we're all where we're supposed to be and with the props we're supposed to have. And we need to thank all of these people who participated. They really get out there and make a fool out of themselves so that they can entertain you guys. You ready? hope you've enjoyed the show. We hope that you have enjoyed. Settle down. We hope you've enjoyed the show so far. Now we come to the highlight of today's show. These ladies have practiced very hard to entertain you. Maybe you will recognize them. They are our very own Diamondettes.
Put your hands together for the Diamondette. Rooster, rooster, sitting on the fence, crow for a dime 'cause he had good sense. Rooster, rooster, strut your chest. Diamond, diamond, it's the best.
Sit down.
I love your nose.
I love your face.
I love your smile.
I love your eyes. Darn, we're good at lies. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Firecracker, firecracker, boom, boom, boom. Diamond campground, hot, hot, hot. Firecracker, firecracker, hot, hot, hot. Diamond campground is the spot. Two, 4,
6.
8. Who do we appreciate? Diamond, diamond, rock, rock, rock. Victory, victory, that's our cry.
B.
I,
C.
T,
O.
R.
Y.
Are we in it? Well, I guess. Diamond campground. Yes, yes, yes.
This next cheer is in memory of Red Halverson. It's a Norwegian cheer. Rufta!
Okay.
It's Billy Oatenboat.
Bobo Skitty eating boat.
What out and wow.
Diamond Campground.
Wow, wow, wow.
Kodak moment. Good look.
Diamond, diamond, 'tis so sweet. 'Tis the place to pledge your feet. Fun to work, fun to play, fun to camp, fun to stay. Chocolate, pancakes, ice cream too. Diamond, diamond, we love you.
Boys, one of your chance. You're gonna live that down.
The Diamonds will be right back.
Yeah.
We have a very special dance. But right now we pause for a short commercial.
Who were the Diamondheads?
Oh, that's yours out here. They're coming back.
Oh, good.
Yes, they need a little break.
Get their breath back.
Betty's got it. Give it a look.
Feast your eyes on Doris. Dear Tide, I am writing to say what an excellent product you have. I've used it all of my married life, and my mom always told me it was the best. Now I am in my 50s and find it even better. A month ago, I spilled red wine on my new white blouse. My husband started to belittle me, told me how clumsy I was, and I was becoming a pain in his neck. Well, one thing led to another, and I ended up with a lot of his blood on my white blouse. I tried to get the blood out with bargain detergent, but it didn't work. After a quick trip to the store, I bought a box of Tide with bleach, and to my surprise, all of this blood came out. In fact, the stains came out so well, the detectives who came by yesterday told me that the DNA tests on my blouse were negative, and my attorney called and said I would no longer be a suspect in the disappearance of my husband. Oh, what a relief! Going through menopause is bad enough without being a murder suspect. Well, thank you once again for having such a great product. Well, gotta go. I have to write a letter to the industrial strength hefty bag people. Sincerely, Doris.
Push real softly on the thing, you can zoom it slowly.
Now we have the Diamondettes back, and they're dancing with the stars.
Before we start our dance, we have a little tribute to give to our staff here and the guys that work so hard. Can y'all hear me in the back? Loudspeaker. All right. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Jan and Jill, the owners too, hired quite a crew to service you. Jack, Roger, and Al, our handyman, will hand you a tool as fast as they can. Danielle, Judy, Doris, and Sue will put you in campsites that never please you. And there's Linda, the wash house queen, who's always trying to keep the rentals clean. R.B. Dale, our go-to repair guy, don't do toilets cause he's too shy. Like Melinda, the ever-ready bunny never stops. She wipes and cleans and scrubs and mops. Last but not least, we give our thanks to the girls who put together these pranks. Don't like these skits today, blame Melinda, Barbara, and Dora, okay? Brisket, greasy. Campground eating is easy. Pulled pork tastes good too. Jan and Jill, we thank you.
Would you please join us now as we end today's program singing God Bless America.